Good morning, and welcome to my front porch. Doing a little front porch sitting this morning. Time for our coffee and Bible chat this morning. I have been out in the yard and getting the yard mowed and cleaned up before the rains hit. And so I just thought I would show you guys my yard. I love the yard. I like to get out and work in it. Still needs a lot of work. Of course, as you guys know, we've only been here just a little over a month, but I love it. I love it out here, and I like to get out in the yard. I like to see the product when it's done. When you get on, say good morning. Say good morning. We're just out here hanging out on my front porch this morning. Just going to hang out a little bit and see what all is going on. I love to see. Good morning, Mr. Fred. How in the world are you doing this morning? Thank you so much for dropping in and hanging out on my porch this morning. It is a gorgeous day here in the Delta. Very, very cloudy. It looks like, I've looked at the weather, looks like we do have rain coming, probably be here after lunch, and looks like there's a whole wad coming in later on today. So if you guys have to be out and about, please make sure that you are safe. Make sure that you are safe. I'm not sure who all is doing what on this Friday morning. I've got to head back into the church here in just a little while. I've got to put the finishing touches. Good morning, Sandy and Jack. I got to put the finishing touches on getting all of our equipment ready for Sunday, and I want to let you know, as of right now, we are still planning on being in the parking lot on our drive-in outdoor service on Sunday morning. I just believe that the Lord's going to hold that rain back, hold those storms back for just a small window of time, and that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm praying for. However, just want you to know that, if we have to, we will cancel just to keep everybody safe. So just be prepared to be on the lookout for any and everything that we may announce. And also, if we do make that announcement, it will be very imperative that you help me get the word out, especially to our folks that are not going to be on Facebook. Hey, when you get on, say howdy. I've got several folks that are here, and I'm not sure who all is on. I am just enjoying a little bit of the front porch, listening to the birds sing, and they are everywhere. And if this little guy keeps walking down the road, you have to see this. This is my neighbor's dog. I'm gonna try to zoom in on this little guy. Okay, stay with me real quick. Can you see that little guy? He might weigh 2 pounds soaking wet. And he lives across the street from us. And he is everywhere. He goes, he's over there rolling around in the grass right now. He is, I guess, the neighborhood dog, because he goes to every house every day just to check on things. He is hilarious. I'm not even real sure what that little guy's name is, but he's what I call a yipper. He yips. He doesn't have a good bark. He is just rolling around out there just having a good old time. He's just recently got a haircut, so he used to be real fluffy, real furry, but he is just down there now just having a good old time. Hey, when you get in, say good morning. Let me know who all in the world is on here hanging out with me on the front porch. We're just kind of chilling today. Yeah, there you go. There he comes. I thought that Mockingbird was about to get him. Good morning, Miss Mary. Miss Mary Weddington is here. Miss Mary, if you want to share this over to our group page, have at it. That'd be great. Watch him. Here we go. Watch him. You see? Here we go. Yeah, he'll come back over here. He may come in our yard here in just a minute. He's a mess. He is a mess. He hears a car starting somewhere, so he's checking it out. All right, Miss Mary, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Yeah, there he goes. Oh, yeah, he's a mess. Yeah, that's his house right there. Yeah, yeah. There's his house right there. Is he going to go home? Yep, he's going to go home. So his morning visitation program has been done. So he'll check on things in the neighborhood, and yeah, he's watching me now. I think he knows I'm talking about him. Crazy little rascal. Ah, he is something else. He is something else. Denise and I call him the little yipper because we just we don't know what his name is. It's so funny. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful day. Hey, if you're on, say good morning. Let me know who all is here. Let me know what's taking place out here in the Delta this morning. Let me see here. Y'all like my yard? I was so thankful that when we got moved here, we had a young man get in, and he serviced our rider and our push mower, got new blades, sharpened the old blades on the rider, and man, this just made life real easy. But yeah, I'm having problems with my weed eater. Uh, I'm not a fan of weed eaters in the first place, but I found one back 3 or 4 years ago that I really liked, and it liked me, and it has served us so well. But you know, for the life of me, I can't get that thing to start right now. So I guess I'm going to have it serviced. It's a gas weed eater, but man, it's just a good one. I'm sitting here now trying to think of the name of it, but I can't even think of it. Bought it at Lowe's back, like I said, I guess good 4 or 5 years ago. I bought it before we left Ohio. So love it. But it is just, it has decided that it needs a longer siesta, and it is not wanting to cooperate with Jim. So if I ever get that done, then it will be, it'll be off and running. Hey, if you're on here, say good morning to me. Let me know what is taking place. I'm going to pan this thing around and let you see my sweet smiling face this morning. Say good morning to everybody. There we go. Good morning, folks. So glad that you are here. Thank you. Denise, you are right. It is overworked and underpaid because I worked the snot out of it. I mean, I really worked the snot out of it. But man, it's served so well. It's so good. Just so reliable. It is Friday. Anybody got big plans for the weekend? Anybody got things going on? I know a lot of things in Arkansas is opening up based on the virus, and I'd love to know your thoughts if you're planning on getting out, doing some things. Last weekend we had carry out food. We went to Catfish Island. We had catfish last Friday night, and I woke up Friday morning with a craving like nobody's business. And Denise and I agreed that was a good night to get catfish, and it was amazing. I know some of you enjoy Catfish Island, some of you do not, and I do understand that. But it was just so good for us, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. It was fresh catfish, fresh fries. It was almost like they had fresh grease, and their dining room was not open yet. And they were still doing just carry-out only. So let me just tell you something. They were hopping inside that place. They had carry-outs everywhere. So I was very thankful to get that and enjoyed. But then I saw pictures over the weekend. Did y'all see any of this? Where TJ Maxx in Jonesboro opened up on Saturday. And all of those hundreds of people that was lined up just outside the door. And then I saw pictures when they were actually inside shopping. Y'all, I'm a very big Black Friday fan. Up until last year, I really enjoy getting out in the crowds. I like to have a lot of fun. It's just one of those things I've done for years. It's almost like a yearly tradition. And I've been in crowds of hundreds of people. I've stood in line for hours trying to get into stores. That's me. I'm that Black Friday warrior. And the pictures I saw. The pictures that I saw from TJ Maxx was worse than anything I have ever seen or experienced on Black Friday. The lines were just atrocious, and then the pictures inside, the pictures inside that store. You know, you've got a group of people that's scattered throughout the photograph that's got masks on, and then some that do not have the mask on. And then, and they're all trying to scrouge and gouge and move and grab and folks, I'm just going to be honest with you. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. Uh, there's nothing in a store that's worth me doing that for. Let's see. I saw that too, but yesterday the line at Burlington was all the way to go. Good Lord, Fred, are you serious? I haven't seen those. Doesn't mean just none of my Facebook friends have posted it, but that's insane. That is just, it's absolutely insane. There's nothing in a store that's worth me doing that for right now. I mean, I go Black Fridays just for the fun of it. Now, granted, I'll get a couple of bargains here and there, but it's really not to buy anything. It's just to be out in the public. But right now, there's no need. There is nothing that is worth getting out for right now, and that insanity. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And if you get out, please be safe, okay? Please be safe. I'm going to use a term here, and see if you agree with it. Common sense safety. Common sense safety. Sometimes we've just got to use some common sense here. I understand that this thing is probably blown out of proportion. I get that. I do. And I think the media has been all over this thing. And I think the media is making it bigger than what it actually is. However, we do know that there is a virus. We do know that it is very serious. And so the thing is that we have to be smart about this. And we have to respect that bad boy. And I think that's the approach that we have done, here at Ridgewood. So we're just being smart. We're trying not to let the paranoia, control it. We're just being very respectful and making sure that our folks are safe. And I'm going to be safe. I mean, I have taken very, very strong precautions. I don't go very many places, and when I do, I wear a mask, to be honest with you. Miss Denise has not gotten out at all. She got out yesterday one time, and she wore a mask. And so, we're trying to be very smart about this. And I think sometimes it comes down to common sense. And to me, now this is just gym theology here. It's not going to cost you a dime, okay? It's gym theology. But knowing the condition of where our country is with this virus and everything that's going on, to put yourself in a predicament like those shopping lines that Mr. Fred was just talking about at Burlington, and the photographs we saw at TJ Maxx and all the other stores, to me, is not using the common sense that God gave us. And so I just want to caution you, be very careful. Be very careful. Hope your coffee is strong this morning. Like I said, I've been up and about, getting some things done here. I've got to run back into the church, make sure all of the bells and whistles are in place for Sunday. Then we are praying that the weather holds off. If you have had a chance to make a prayer drive this week, I thank you for that. I know several of you have let me know that you have actually made prayer drives, and I'm so thankful for that. If you have not, and you can, if you have not had a chance, then I would ask you to just plan a quick road trip from your house. Drive through your community, and then pray for the people you see in other vehicles. Pray for the people you see in the yards. Pray for the homes you see, the businesses, the people going in and out of the businesses. Do your best to really spend some quality time in prayer, and then drive around and through our parking lot. Okay, will you do that? Really spend some time praying over our services for Sunday, praying that the weather holds off. Miss Denny is in. Good morning, Miss Denny. Praying that God will just fill our parking lot with people that are hungry for the gospel, and really, really enjoy some time back on the campus, and just focus on the cross, if you will. Just focus on the cross. If you can, do it a couple of times between now and Sunday. And if you can't, that's fine. Just pray right where you are. Pray at home. It's okay. You don't have to be in a car in order to pray or to make that prayer drive, because I can assure you, you can make a trip in your mind, and you can see the iconic points as you travel. And so I want to encourage you to do that as well. We are wrapping up a couple of projects. Actually, right now, there's a couple things going on that I am so excited to announce this afternoon. We're hoping to actually put a coat and tie on a couple of things this morning, and you are going to be excited when I share these with you. So just get prepared. Oh, hey, let me ask you a question. Did you like Billy Marie's video that I posted yesterday? What were your thoughts? We had so much fun. It was Billy and Teresa and I on, I think it was Monday. We went in and just spent some quality time with that young lady and her mom, and did some few things, and just really got some great video out of that. But what are your thoughts? Did you enjoy it? Do you want to see more of Billy Marie and sharing her gift with us as a family? If you want to see more, make sure you let me know. Tell me your thoughts. But she's just a good kid. I know she's probably not online today. I'm almost sure she's babysitting today. But let me just tell you something. That's a quality young lady, and we need to praise her. We need to love her, and we need to pray for her as part of our church family, that God will protect her, and that God will use her as she matures and grows into a young adult, and that God will see fit to bless her in ways that only He can. And so pray for Billy. Is Danny love hearing the bird? It is. That is. I think that's a mockingbird, Miss Denny. I know we got a whole passel of mockingbirds out here, which I'm very thankful for. I love mockingbirds. And we got that and robins. And I think that's a mockingbird. It's just so much fun to look out in the yard now and see all of the birds and hear the singing. And y'all out by our mailbox. Let me set my coffee cup down. I want to show you something. I'm going to pan this thing around real quick. Y'all see our mailbox out there? Our mailbox is leaning. I'm going to have to be constructive here. Y'all see my mailbox? Okay. At the bottom of the mailbox, that sits on a culvert. The driveway, there's a culvert underneath the driveway where all of the rains and the water flows through, and it flows back down toward Highway 1. There is a bullfrog that calls that culvert home. And that dude he's pretty good size. He is, I'm thinking that bullfrog out there might be the size of a softball. I mean, he's a good sized boy. And last night, y'all, let me just tell you something. He was croaking so loud that it was literally like he was right here on this front porch. It was ridiculous how loud that boy was last night. So just a lot of fun to to listen to him and to hear what his little world is all about. But every time I walk out there or go to the mail or walk down the road or something like that, I mean, you can see him hopping around, hopping in the water. Obviously, he's scared, trying to get away. But he is big. He's so big, and to have him croak last night was just hilarious. I loved it. Even Denise walks through the house. What is that frog doing? I said, that dude's about a mailbox. That's a big old honking bullfrog. So it's just fun. But no, those birds are crazy cool out here. Squirrels are everywhere. We got a couple neighborhood cats that like to walk through. So bless their little hearts. And then, of course, all the cows and the horses and the donkey that's in the pasture right behind us. So it's kind of like Wild Kingdom out here at the Whaley Casa. So it's kind of fun. So what's your Friday doing? Anybody doing anything kind of fun, kind of adventurous this weekend? Or are you planning on eating out? Are you going to go somewhere and get carry out like we did at Catfish Island last Friday night? Tell me your thoughts. And then in the meantime, we're going to be headed over to John chapter 9 here in just a little bit. We're going to begin the chapter this morning and read, I think it's about a dozen verses this morning, I think is our text. So that's where we're going to be. So anybody that's going anywhere, planning on going out to eat tonight, maybe, if you can, work it around the storms that's coming through. A lot of good places in town to eat. Anybody? Any thoughts anywhere? Where's my coffee? Oh, there it is. Man, it is just so peaceful sitting out here on this front porch, right? It's just so peaceful. And I like hanging out here with you guys. Yeah, it's something different. It's something different. It sure beats sitting in the office, I'll tell you that. Mary is going to stay. Mary, how are you feeling anyway, by the way? I know you've had a rough day. Rough week, rather. So I do hope you're feeling better. Mary, hadn't forgot about you. So just, make plans on taking pictures on Sunday, okay? Make plans on taking lots of pictures and getting them on a flash drive, and we'll work with those next week. So hopefully we're going to be able to be on the campus, and we're going to have a big crowd. So all the pictures you can take, the more the better. Get them in, get them out there, get them to me on Monday if you can, and we will get those bad boys uploaded so that we can see. Mary says she's feeling better. All right. She's going to take pictures. Sounds good. Mary, you'll probably need to also, and I'll let you know on Sunday when we go live, and that is to go ahead and share it again to our group. Okay, our group. We have two Facebook identities. We have a Facebook page, which is what we're broadcasting now. This is the public page. This is for anybody and everybody to come by to see what we're doing, to hang out with us, all of our Bible studies, all of our services. Good morning, Danny Morris from Spokane, Washington. My brother, how's the weather out there? Fill us in, Danny Morris. Fill us in. What's going on in Spokane? This page is for advertisements. It is for promotions. It is for Bible studies. It is for services, all of that stuff. And then we have a private group page. And the group page is for our church family members. It is for members only. It's where we share prayer requests, a little bit more personal stuff that's here. And so that is specifically for our church, Ridgewood Church family. So anything that you are privy to, you can see right here on this page. And so we want to thank you for always tuning in, for liking this page. I want to encourage you to share this page. Share this page with your friends. Ask them to like this page, because that is how we get the gospel out. I think we've got 550 something people that have liked our page, and the more the better. The more the better. We want as many people as possible to come to this page and to hit that like button. And so we definitely want to do that. Somebody's calling me. Let me get rid of that. That is one of those unknown numbers. That's probably somebody trying to sell me warranty on my on my vehicle. Oh my goodness. Y'all get them calls? It just seems like out of nowhere, those telemarketers went silent for a minute, and then all of a sudden here they are, and they are trying to sell me warranty on my vehicle. And so if you're getting those, I wish y'all would get them all. I hate them crazy things. I will give every one of you my personal share of those phone calls. I like to get on there, especially when there's a live person that's wanting to talk about it. I really like to have a lot of fun with those things, because they are a captive audience for just a window of time. And you talk about sharing the gospel in a hurry. I'm talking in a hot minute. And it will not take those folks long to get off that phone when you start talking about the gospel and you get them crazy people off track. So it's kind of fun. So I want to encourage you that when you get these telemarketing calls, okay, that if you have a live person on there, what you need to do, okay, is just to start witnessing to them. Tell them about Jesus. They're a captive audience. And I will assure you, they will get off the phone in a hurry, and they will most probably block your number, and they will not call you back. So go ahead and get that done, and just take that as a prime witnessing opportunity. Okay, hey, let's read. Let's read this morning. We're in John chapter 9. All right? John chapter 9, we're going to be beginning the chapter. All right? And we're going to read the first 12 verses. I just want to say thank you to everyone that is here. For those of you I can and cannot see, Danny, thank you so much for dropping in from Spokane this morning. I pray all is well with you. We are praying for your ministry. We are praying for the Rock Church as it seeks to absolutely rip, romp, and stomp with the gospel in the Pacific Northwest. And so if there's anything that we can do, Danny, please make sure that you let us know. We're going to read John chapter 9. Let's see who else is on here. Bobby Shire. Bobby and JD's on. So, hey, good morning to Bobby and JD. Bobby and JD. Comments, likes, and shares during your live will allow more people. So, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Anytime that you comment, anytime that you like, you hear something, you see something, hit the like button. Like the page. Share the page. Anything that you do, all it does is just get it out there for more people to see and more people to hear the gospel, and that, church, is the name of the game. John chapter 9, starting in verse 1. Now as Jesus passed by, he saw a man who was blind from birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? And Jesus answered, Neither this man nor his parents sinned, but that the works of God should be revealed in him. I must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. The night is coming when no one can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. When he had said these things, he spat on the ground and made clay with the saliva, and he anointed the eyes of the blind man with the clay. And he said to him, Go, wash in the pool of Siloam, which is translated sent. So he went and washed, and he came back seeing. Therefore the neighbors and those who previously had seen that he was blind said, Is not this he who sat and begged? And some said, This is he. Others said, He is like him. But he said, I am he. Therefore they said to him, Well, how were your eyes opened? He answered and said, A man called Jesus made clay and anointed my eyes and said to me, Go to the pool of Siloam and wash. So I went and washed, and I received sight. Then they said to him, Well, where is he? And he said, I do not know. There's so many things here in this passage of Scripture that we can really, kind of dive deep in. One of the things that I want us to understand goes right back to verse 3. Because the disciples had asked Jesus, well, basically, who sinned, this man or his parents, because he was blind. In other words, this was a reason that he was blind. That's not the real truth here. And Jesus answered and said to him, Neither the man nor his parents sinned. In other words, his blindness was not a byproduct of the sin. He said, but that the works of God should be revealed in him. See, I think we can apply that to us today. Anybody that's going through something, okay? It's not a punishment of God. Please, let's understand that. Now, we definitely suffer consequences, and I do understand that. But it's not a punishment of God, because what it is that it is an opportunity to seek God, and so that we may see the works in him, and that God would receive all the glory and all the honor. And we can trace this all the way back into the very beginnings of the Old Testament. I mean, remember, we're studying this in Exodus, that God would receive the glory for the things that are taking place. And so let's understand that. So if there's something going on with you, there's something that's going on in your life, and you want to think, oh, woe is me, or why is God doing this to me? Let's understand something. God is not punishing you. It's there for a reason. This man was blind, and we don't know how long he had been blind. We don't know how old the man was. But we do know that he was blind. Why? That the works of God should be revealed in him. So whatever you got going on in your life, think about it as this. It's there so that the works of God should be revealed in you. And then we'll take you to one other passage here. And it's a line that I think we need to hold on to. Let me find it. Look over here. It's verse 11. Actually, let's read verse 10. Therefore they said to him, how were your eyes opened? Verse 11, this is the man who was blind. This is how he answered. He answered and said, a man called Jesus made clay and anointed my eyes and said to me, a man called Jesus. It doesn't get any plainer than that. It doesn't get any more simpler than that. Folks, everything that we do, everything that we have, everything that we say, our whole focus in life should be surrounded by that statement, a man called Jesus. It's why we do what we do. I mean, we don't gather just to hang out with each other. We don't study this book like it's a normal history book. Okay? We do it because a man called Jesus loved us enough that he died for us. And let's don't ever forget that. A phrase, a man called Jesus. Let's remember that today. Let's let that be on our heart and on our tongue today when we see and when we talk to somebody. Let it all be about a man called Jesus. Folks, that is all I've got this morning from my front porch. Thank you for hopping in and for joining me. For those, wherever you are, thank you so much for taking the time out just to drop in. Let's see, Danny, in every situation, God is molding us who he wants us to be so we can lead others. Will we look to him in our tough times? Amen, amen, and amen, Danny Morris. Powerful words. Thank you so much, brother. And thank you, Danny, for making us your morning. It is 2-3 hours earlier than us, and so thank you for making this an early part of your day. We love you. We thank you, and we're praying for your ministry. And I know you have got a guest this next few days, and so I pray that you enjoy Taylor as she is out there with you guys. Okay, anybody got anything else? You holler at me. In the meantime, keep praying the weather holds off. Keep praying that God packs that parking lot. Make your prayer drive. If you can, tell somebody about Jesus. I love you. I'll talk soon. Bye-bye, guys.